Okay.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another tech discussion. Tonight we will be discussing about two exciting announcements that just came out recently. The first is the Google Pixel 4a phone that just got announced 3 or 4 days ago. We'll also be talking about the Samsung Note 20. Is that right? Note 20?
Yes.
Yep.
The Note 20 series.
Note 20 series. And if we have some time, we also might just talk a little bit about the Galaxy Fold 3. Right, so...
Or Galaxy Fold Z Fold 2.
Z Fold 2, sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
effectively,
just...
yes, 3 because it's the third generation.
Yeah, right. I'm getting a bit confused with all these phones. But anyway, with me tonight is, as always, the resident tech expert, Jonathan Chen, as well as Jeffrey Chan. All right, so let's kick off with the first thing I'm going to talk about would be the Google Pixel 4a. Yeah, let's have a very quick look at this short clip.
All right.
Start.
Here we go.
There you go. Short and sweet video. I mean, it looks like it's a reasonably priced phone, this one.
We're extending.
I saw that it was like $349 in the video.
Yep.
So I guess,
USD.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess, so I guess compared to some of the phones that we've been talking about in previous videos, I think we talked about the ROG Phone 3. That was like a really high-end, I don't know what it was, $1,500, something like that. Yeah, so this looks like a reasonably priced one. So I guess, is that right, Jonathan?
That's correct. It's the mid-range device.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-range, yeah, okay, mid-range. Yeah.
So in Australian dollars, it's $5.99.
$5.99.
Wow, that's a bargain.
Yeah, that's,
For new phones, yeah.
I guess we're gonna talk about features you get, for $5.99. I guess just from the video itself, looks like there's quite a few cool features that I could see. So maybe we might get into that, like the Google Pixel 4a, some of the features that, that make it like a great phone. As a mid for someone who's looking for like a mid-range phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are some of the features that we might want to talk about?
Well, the main feature would probably be that camera.
Camera, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Most of the other features have been in other phones as well, so it doesn't tend to mean too much, but what this does well is the camera and the price. And talking from what we talked about in the previous discussion on the OnePlus Nord, this is another good option. Right,
because last time, we mentioned that the Nord is a good phone, and also that it takes pretty good pictures as well. So but you're saying that this one is a good alternative to that.
Yeah.
Yep, because it does have a really good trick up its sleeve with that camera.
Doesn't look like it's got as many cameras though, am I right? It seems
Definitely
to only be two.
Two cameras in total. Just one front camera, one rear camera.
Just the standard, I guess.
Well, okay.
How many megapixels?
Here's the thing about that. 12.2 megapixel rear camera.
Okay.
Right, and compared to the Nord had like
A 48 megapixel
48,
camera.
yeah.
If we're
Wow.
talking just about the main camera.
Wow.
So main camera, 12 megapixels.
Okay.
And yet you are saying that this is still a really good alternative to the Nord.
Yes.
Right.
Well, in a case as well that since our last discussion, we realized that the Nord is not being released to absolutely everywhere, meaning some regions will not be able to get the Nord.
Mm-hmm.
But in those regions, we could still get the Pixel 4a.
So more accessible, I guess. Yeah.
Yep, definitely more accessible.
I guess price-wise, similar or a little bit less than the Nord.
Price-wise, the Pixel does undercut it quite a bit. So if we're just talking about it in Australian dollars, the Pixel 4a is $600. Translated cost for the of the Nord here would be $750.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Maybe about 150 less. Yep.
But thinking about it as well, the processor in the Nord is 2 times more powerful than what's in the Pixel.
Okay. Are they both like on Snapdragon? Is that right?
Yeah, they both use a Snapdragon. The Pixel uses a Snapdragon 730. The Nord uses the Snapdragon 765G.
Okay.
So that's actually another difference as well. The Pixel 4a has yet to have a 5G version, and that is coming later as well.
Right, so Pixel 4a is only 4G, is that right?
Yep. Okay. And the Nord only has one version, which is 5G.
Okay.
The 5G version of the Pixel 4a could be around the same price as the Nord. So if it's that much of a better bargain, we are yet to find out. Depending on that price, if it's still less than 700, then that will still undercut the Nord.
Well, let's actually talk about what you were saying just then about the camera, because I think you were saying that the main draw of this Google Pixel 4a would be its photo taking capability, right? So
yep, definitely the camera. It's probably the one thing which the Pixel does very well for that price point.
I guess on the screen we have some sample pictures. It's like sample pictures.
Yep. So Jeff, if we go through that slowly,
go through from the very first picture.
Yep. Then we could actually see the pictures' differences.
Comparison.
Yep. Okay, let's just start with this one.
Oh, I see. So they're comparing, is it?
Yeah, so this is the 4A.
That's the 4A. As you can see there, it does the macro shots really well.
Oh, it's good. This is the macro shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it does the
but it was also darker. If you look between the two, it's darker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So better megapixels, you're also able to grab more light. Jeff, go backwards.
Yeah, go back.
You're going through that too fast. Don't do that. Yeah. So that's from the Nord. Really nice photo as well. And
the macro is nice, yeah.
They're both really comparable.
Yeah, the Nord does look like it's got a cooler look feel.
It's brighter, yes.
Brighter, yes, that's right.
What I found with the 4A one, it is actually a bit sharper in this point. Like if you just look at the fair things in that macro shot, that is a really good sharpness. And they did their bokeh really well.
Yeah, the shallow depth of field. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. And now go to the Nord one.
Yeah, forward.
Forward.
Here you go.
Yep. So as you can see there, it is definitely brighter,
The Nord,
but the color reproduction tend to be a bit too bright in this one for my taste.
Yeah, it looks a little more flat, I think. Just looking at it. Considering that the Nord has a 48 megapixel camera, right? Doesn't look like it's offering any real advantage.
Yeah. But here's the thing of photos as well. Whatever we say about photos, it is also very different in taste of what everyone likes.
That's true.
So one photo that I might like, which shot between the two, I would say I like the Pixels ones better, but other people would say the Nords look better.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one. Let's see the differences with those. So that's the Pixel 4a. And that's the OnePlus Nord.
No, this one I can't see a big difference.
Yeah, there isn't too much of a difference here, but as you can see, the 4As in this case still is darker.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But in this case, the Nord does a lot better shot.
It's got more blue here.
Yeah.
More blue and green.
Definitely a lot more blue, but the Google Pixel got more green. Look at the background shots. Yeah, right up there. And look at the noise.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's interesting. Yeah.
So this is where the Google's algorithm for the Pixel core.
Yeah, Pixel.
That's their little secret. They have like a little Pixel visual core specific for image processing.
Wow.
That's how they do this so well.
Image processing.
Yeah. So now we could just go to the next picture.
Yep.
Yep, another shot.
Pixel, and then
that's the Pixel.
This is
and that's the Nord again. But this one is more obvious. The Pixel this time definitely is a lot sharper.
Yeah. No, sharper this one. Pixel.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's only 12 megapixel, but it seems better than a 48 megapixel.
But here's the thing about megapixels as well. In terms of pictures right now, megapixels don't really matter. It's the software processing.
That's true, actually. There's a certain limit to megapixels, and then it doesn't really get much any better after a certain.
Unless you wanna blow it up and bring it out as a
XLR
size poster, right?
Yeah, but these cameras already could shoot in RAW as well, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
So let's get to the next picture. There's one more photo left.
Oh, there's one more? Let's have a look.
Yep, that one. That's the Pixel 4a, and that's the OnePlus Nord.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
What the Google Pixel tends to do, their algorithm tends to change it a lot more. Like this one, it seems brighter than the Nord's one. So it actually reflected what it wants to change, and they actually changed it to have the right effect and make it more true tone, effectively.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep. And get to the Nord's one.
I think the Pixel one's better, that's the thing. But it's different.
Yep.
It's different.
The Pixel's one is better at a short distance. If you look at the Nord's one, it gets the background a lot clearer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course, because megapixels might come in.
Yep.
The color is better for the Pixel.
The color is more true to life in the Pixels, but if they want all of the resolution and the clarity, then the Nord's is better in this one.
Yeah, the resolution is... Oh, it's 48, yeah. That's why it's clearer.
Yep. So as well, since it's also a camera, we could look at the zoom as well.
Yeah, that's going on.
So that's a zoom shot.
Yeah.
And that's the Google Pixel 4a's 4x digital zoom. Like, I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah. 48, 100% crop.
Yeah, that's a 48 megapixel, 40% crop.
What's a 40% crop? Oh, you mean it doesn't have zoom?
Yeah. Well, it does have a zoom, but
it just cropped in.
They sort of crop in after, yeah.
That's really interesting.
But that's the interesting thing in this one. The pixels looks, in my case, better than the OnePlus Nords.
It does seem like it to me too.
But the OnePlus Nord was able to get closer because of the megapixels.
Right.
Of the cropping, yeah. Can it actually zoom though? Can Nord actually zoom?
Yes, they have they do have a macro lens, or telephoto lens is what they call it.
Oh yeah.
So the telephoto lens is what actually enables a zoom.
Is a Pixel digital zoom or
all digital zoom? They only have one camera, so it's all pure digital.
Yeah, there's no analog, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But then again, yes, Google Pixel Core is digital image processing. Google does it so well.
I guess so. All smartphones are generally digital zoom.
Yep.
Whereas optical zoom is for SLRs and.
Well, that's why the phones have so many cameras.
Yep.
It's all digital. Yeah.
Well, there's a different type of zoom camera in phones as well, but we'll get to that in the Galaxy.
Are there any Are there any phone nowadays that have optical zoom?
Yes.
There is. Wow. Interesting.
There are many now.
With optical? Okay.
Yep.
That's hard to do. It's so thin, yeah.
Yep. So.
Okay, so where do we go now?
Well, that's it for that comparison.
Yeah.
So.
Any more comparison or not?
No.
Okay.
But now we could talk about other stuff of the Pixel, like what I thought were not too good with the Pixel.
Yeah, what was not good about it? Yeah.
What's not good?
Not so good, yeah.
What I found not good was the time.
Time?
What do you mean time?
They released it really late.
Oh, the timing of the release announcement.
Yeah. It's the time.
And it was delayed a long time. We were expecting this back in March. We were expecting it in June. Then we were expecting it in July.
Oh, yeah.
And then now we only got it now.
Interesting.
Right.
Is it?
And it's we do not know if it was.
Oh.
But then again, the Pixel 5 is just around the corner.
When's that going to be released?
Latest date we've heard is October the 8th.
October the 8th.
Oh, that's only 2 months away.
You're talking about the announcement or the actual release?
The announcement first.
Oh.
So
if you're thinking about release, the Pixel 4a is being released on the 20th this month, August.
Okay.
Oh, Pixel 4, the one that we're reviewing.
We're going to be released in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So yes, it's a really late device.
Yeah, so I mean that's a bit, because then what people would think is, the Google Pixel 5 is coming out, so I'll just skip this. I don't know, it's just around the corner, right?
Yep, and as well, I would say just wait anyway, because the Google Pixel 4a 5G variation will be released alongside the Pixel 5.
What would be the main differences between the two phones?
Just 5G.
Between 4A and 5 or 5A?
The 4A 5G.
4A. Oh, the 4A 5G.
Yeah.
When's that?
Going to be released alongside the Pixel 5.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So there's three phones actually incoming.
Well, I guess.
Well, we don't know anything about the Pixel 5 yet, so.
Oh, that's for another time. I see what you mean.
Exactly.
Not
But
much
we do
details
know we kind of already know the date because it was accidentally leaked. Because they said the Pixel 4a 5G would be released on October the 8th. And that's how they kind of got the date October the 8th for the Pixel 5 announcement.
By induction, yes.
But still, that's a rumor. It could be wrong for that announcement.
Could be late. Let's chance it could be late, I reckon, for 5. I don't know. We'll see.
Not likely.
Not likely. Okay. It'll be in line with the other phones.
So
okay.
I've actually got the Pixel 3, which is pretty old now. So between, like from the 3 to the 4a, they've also been, I guess, was it the Pixel 4 as well? Pixel 4?
Yeah, that would be the Pixel 4 and 4XL.
4XL, right. Yeah, so yeah, it's funny how the 4a got pushed by so much, right? Because 4 and 4XL, they came out like a year ago, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. But then you could say the same thing with Apple's iPhone SE. That was delayed for a really long time as well. And people were waiting for that one since the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So that's a different story.
Yeah.
But what I did like about this phone as well, the design is probably the best Pixel design I've ever seen.
Why is that?
After looking at the Pixel 3s with the massive notch, horrible, and the Pixel 4's dated design.
Yeah. Where's the horrible notch? This is a 3.
Well, the 3XL had a terrible notch, not the 3. But the Pixel 4 definitely had a dated design, so they had that humongous notch at the top and hardly anything at the bottom. It was not centered. I did not like that. But all these camera features are in all the Pixel phones since the Pixel 2. So the Pixel Visual Core has been in there since the Pixel 2.
Even the, because just now in the video, there was something called night.
Oh, yeah.
Something, night sight. Was it night sight?
Night sight? The Pixel 2 has it as well.
Okay.
Is it? Oh.
How about isn't there some kind of astrophotography feature?
Yep.
Like, so they all have had it since the 2?
The astrophotography one did actually have another. Actually, no. That was actually fine. It's just one camera as well. The Pixel 4, they only added one additional camera. But the Pixel 3 also had the same 12.2 megapixel camera as well. Was able to take night sight astrophotography.
Okay.
Because they enabled it in a feature update. It wasn't out, so the Pixel 4 had the astrophotography first. Then they gave it a software version in the 3s and the 2.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't actually used it myself.
But here's the thing which I thought so much about for the Pixel 4a. Or even with the Pixel 5.
Yeah.
What if they changed that camera to a more modern 48 megapixel or 64 megapixel camera?
Hey, imagine what they could do. You know?
Yeah. If this 12.2 megapixel camera takes these kind of shots for a long time in Pixel devices, and they still probably one of the leading photo phones out there. Like the Pixel is known for photos.
Yeah.
But for a long time, it's only been 12.2 megapixels.
Is there a reason why they haven't wanted to make the switch, the leap?
We do not know. Maybe they'll change it into 5. Maybe. But what if they were able to use that same photo algorithm with a more modern 48 megapixel or 64 megapixel camera? That would be probably the best killer phone out there for photos.
Maybe it's too processor intensive. That's why.
Actually, not. No. Since the Pixel 2, the Pixel Visual Core is that one secret sauce that Google has.
Yeah.
A specific core dedicated for photo processing.
Oh wow! So they have a dedicated core just for photos.
Yep, it's their secret sauce.
How many megapixels is the inside camera?
What?
The front-facing camera.
Oh, the front one.
The selfie camera.
The selfie camera?
Yeah.
Don't really think too much about the selfie cameras.
Okay.
Not worth talking about.
Not really. I think it's a 12 megapixel, but I could be wrong.
But are you saying both are 12, the front and the back?
Well, it could be an 8. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Usually it's lower, but I think nowadays it might be the same, yeah.
Because I'm not looking at all the sheets all at once, so I'm just getting off memory.
Yeah.
What Android does it run on? What?
Oh, the
The
operating
latest
system.
Android.
Oh.
It's a Pixel.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning straight from Google. They would be the first to get any updates.
Snapdragon, is it? What is it up to now?
No, not Snapdragon. That's a processor. I'm talking about the operating system.
What is it up to now? The Google.
Android 10 with Android 11 coming soon.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Android 10, Android.
Well, Android 11 is almost being finalized. Beta 3 just came out today for developers and beta users.
Oh, wow.
Oh, actually, so I just checked. So yeah, you're correct. Actually, 12 megapixel on the rear and 8 on the front.
Oh, an 8. Okay.
Oh, 8 at the front. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little bit
That
longer.
was close.
It's close enough.
Yep.
So before we move on to our next phone, anything you wanted to say about the Google Pixel 4?
Well, the Google Pixel 4a, they nailed it.
Yeah. Nailed it in terms of the photography feature.
Overall, it's a good phone for a really good price.
Yeah.
For $349 USD or 600 Australian.
Yeah.
It is a good price, a good introduction to Android, and it's coming straight from Google.
Can't go wrong with yes.
A really competitive price.
Yeah, cameras and the image processing. Yeah, surefire winner in those aspects.
Definitely a winner there, and probably the best designed Pixel.
Yeah.
And these are better than the budget Samsung A20s and A50s and all those, right? Yeah.
It's comparable. There are many mid-range devices out there, but then it doesn't have the advantage of being a Pixel.
Just the photo taking capability.
Pixel is a photo taking.
Yeah, it's known for the camera and the photos.
It's known for the really good camera and known for coming from Google. So if Google will release this phone at this price, imagine the competition just getting worried.
I see. So this might be a basic question, but you said Android 10, Android 11.
Yep.
I thought the Android system were running off alphabet letters, right? A to Z.
Yeah, they changed that with Android 10.
Oh, what was the last letter they used?
Well, it's still in the development space. It's still by the letters. So Q would be Android 10. R is the latest one.
11.
But it's going to be called Android 11. They changed it from the letters, the named cake or sweet treats lettering system to just a number. starting with Android 10.
Which would be a Q, yeah.
Yeah.
What was R? What was the last one?
There is no R. R is after gear.
Oh, wait. P, sorry, P. Oh, what's P?
P.
What's the one before 10? Or before O was Oreo, I remember.
Oh, it was Oreo, yep.
So what was after Oreo?
What was P again?
Pi, no? P?
Oh, yep, just Pi.
Oh, was it Pi?
Yeah, it's just Pi.
Oh, Android Pi.
Yeah, it was just Android Pi.
Oh. And then the next one will be Android 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so. Because it's hard to think of something with Q, right? Yeah, this is quite funny. Yeah, Q.
Yeah, internally, I think it was called Queen Cake.
Queen Cake?
Internal code name.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, code names. Yeah. Okay, Queen Cake, okay. I guess I better start using numbers because otherwise it sounds... I thought they would at least finish up to Z. That's what I would think. That's what I would...
Yeah, they changed it, unfortunately.
Okay. Could be a good hackathon kind of idea, but anyway, yeah. That's fine. 10, 11.
All right, so I think moving on then from the Google Pixel 4a. So moving on from that, let's talk about the other big announcement, which I think is even more recent. It was just yesterday. The Galaxy Note 20 from Samsung. So let's have a look at the
video.
Video. Okay.
Right now.
This is no ordinary innovation. This is the power to work and play. Enhanced with Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, Galaxy Watch 3, and Galaxy Buds Live. And it's all at the tip of your fingers. Just tap and sync. Flip open the advanced world of Galaxy Buds Live, where deep sound flows seamlessly. A design that's unheard of offers an ergonomic fit for less fatigue and lasts for hours. Now with active noise cancellation technology and 3 mics, you can control what you hear.
Morning, team. Can you all see the PowerPoint?
Be it for work or play. A flawless connection to Galaxy Note 20 Ultra elevates your entire sound experience in a truly immersive way. Even when shooting videos, you'll be able to pick up voice clearly. You'll never miss a beat. And speaking of beats, you can track yours. You can measure it and use the data to improve your health. The most advanced health monitor in a smartwatch. Galaxy Watch 3 lets you check the data on your phone and tracks your pace. Even on your TV. And here is something more. Galaxy Watch 3 is devised to watch over your work management as well. It can also provide more control over your presentations remotely, giving you more freedom at your meetings, wherever you are. This is not just another smartphone experience. This is enhanced power to work and play.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. Galaxy Note 20. So they call it an ecosystem.
Yep, exactly. That's the key word in this. They're trying to sell you an ecosystem.
All right. Does that mean? So yeah, that's screenshot over there. Is that what it means? Like you've got the watch, the phone,
and the buds.
The buds.
That's correct.
The pen.
All right.
So effectively, with this, they're trying to sell you like everything in one go.
That's good. That's good upselling, I think.
Well, yeah, it's a good upselling thing, and Samsung does it really well because all of their things work together a lot smoothly than some other devices.
That's
and
great.
Sort of a bit more like Apple.
Oh, Apple's doing that something similar?
Yep. Apple always sold you the ecosystem.
Oh, so they're trying to go.
So Galaxy also created their own ecosystem.
Yeah.
which is similar to Apple's.
Oh,
So if you're talking about direct competitor,
yep.
it's been clearly Samsung versus Apple. And to a lot of consumers out there, they don't really look at a lot of other brands because they're just looking at the two big ecosystems, Samsung and Apple.
Yes.
And that's why this release is something that everyone would be looking at.
Man, looks really good, this phone. The look of it is amazing.
But I mean, obviously, you can still buy each device separately, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Correct, yes.
Okay. It's just that they are designed to work seamlessly together, I guess.
With mainly Samsung devices.
Yeah.
But unlike Apple's ecosystem, you can still get the Galaxy Live and use it with even the ROG Phone 3. You could use the Galaxy Watch with any device as well. But then there's some smaller integrated things between the devices that will need the Galaxy range. So things like Samsung Pay is dedicated just for Samsung users.
Oh, Samsung Pay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Samsung.
And some of the health features as well would probably likely still be with Samsung.
Okay. The Google phone, Pixel phone has Google Pay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they all have their own Pay.
Yeah.
Apple Pay.
Well, effectively, you can still use Google Pay with anything, and you can still use Google Pay with Samsung's Galaxy Note 20.
Oh.
Because
of course.
That's what the thing with the pen.
Oh, yeah. Digital wallets, yeah. That's what you call it.
Yep. But the difference with Samsung Pay and Google Pay is one technology difference.
What's that?
Well, they both use NFC, but Samsung does have a little trick up its sleeve called MST.
MST. Oh.
Yeah.
What's MST?
But
yeah, what is it?
Magstripe technology. It's able to essentially emulate Magstripe. Meaning, like, in the US it's still prevalent. Like, here in Australia it doesn't matter too much because a lot of shops already have the tap and pay option.
So you mean the stripe thing, right?
But some of the older systems in the US, they still have the old Magstripe and haven't enabled tap and pay yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the US, this is a big thing. And some other countries as well, which haven't fully moved on to tap and pay yet.
Yeah.
But with MST, they could just tap the phone still, even without the tap and pay function enabled in the store. Because you just tap the phone close to the Magstripe, and it will still pay. It emulates it. And that is something which Samsung was able to do.
Oh.
Yeah, a good advantage on Samsung's part to do that.
It's better than MST. Yeah.
Well, MST is the older technology, but since a lot of old stores haven't moved to tap and pay yet, it's an advantage on Samsung's part.
Oh, sorry, NFC was it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're talking about those who haven't moved
NFC is
to
a new
NFC.
type of payment, yes.
Yeah, tap and pay.
Yeah. That's good.
So in terms of the phone itself, the Note 20, I guess.
It's two phones.
The
Note
phones.
20 and the Note 20 Plus.
Oh, they're releasing two at a time, yeah.
And they also have a 4G variation and a 5G variation.
Oh,
okay.
looks like there's 3 cameras on there.
3 rear cameras, correct.
Wow. How many megapixels?
If you want to gander a guess, you could do so now.
20.
Nope.
48, maybe.
Higher.
Well, one of the cameras is 48.
Oh yeah, one of them. So they're all different megapixels, I think. Yeah.
Yep, but the main camera, which is what we call the periscope camera,
Periscope, yeah. That's 48.
is 108.
Wow, 108 megapixels.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's getting better and better.
Yep, but that's what we call a periscope lens camera.
The main one, yeah. What about the other two? What are they called?
That would be an ultra wide and a telephoto.
And what? Telephoto?
Yeah.
That's for zooming.
Yeah.
Optical zoom or digital zoom?
Telephoto is optical, and also periscope is also mostly optical.
Partly optical, partly digital, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how far you want to zoom, yeah.
But effectively, if with a periscope lens like this,
Yeah.
you could zoom in up to 100 times digital.
Oh, yeah. True. Digital, you can go pretty far. What's the optical then? For the telescope, probably 4 times, I'm guessing.
Quite high. I think in this one, it's a theoretical 8.
8 times. 8 times optical zoom.
Yeah.
For the telescope. Lens, camera, sorry. Okay.
For the periscope lens.
For the what? Periscope one?
Yep.
What about
so periscope is, if you look at the telescope, the periscope is that in middle part.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why it's sticking out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
I noticed. It's
so even the S20 Ultra had a periscope lens as well.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. It's got a. Let me just double check this camera.
It's huge.
It's sticking out. You're right.
Yeah, they all stick out quite a lot.
Do people like this or they don't mind it or?
Well, some people don't mind it, but if you wanted to stay flat on a table, if it's just naked like that, it will not be stable. You
have to
tap it and it will just keep wobbling.
Yeah, unless you face screen down on the table.
Exactly, but you don't really want to do that because of scratches.
Exactly, and you also want to look at the phone sometimes. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so how did I go around that then? There isn't. It'll just be wobbling. Yeah.
You just have to get a case.
Oh.
Which they would probably upsell you anyway for.
True.
I guess they have to do it like this because of the power of the it adds the depth of the camera, I guess. The zoom qualities and the quality.
Yep.
As well. Interesting. Maybe one day they can put it in. I don't know. It's hard though, because optical zoom does require big lenses. Yeah.
Yep. But what Samsung does well in this is definitely the screen.
Oh yeah.
The screen technology is probably one of the best, which is why a lot of manufacturers go to Samsung to create their screens. Even Apple uses Samsung screens. So you would know that Samsung is the innovator in hardware, not just software.
Wow, the screen goes up all the way to the top, Jonah.
Not exactly all the way.
All the way, just a little bit. That's very high up.
Yeah, that is.
Wow, it's making good use of the screen.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best screen real estates out there.
Yeah.
The screen size there in the 20 Ultra is 6.9 inches.
What's the resolution? Well,
the resolution quite high.
Wow.
But it's still a 2K screen.
Amazing.
The standard Note 20 though is only a 1080p screen.
Yeah.
But looking at the two as well as the prices, I would most likely disregard the Note 20 almost entirely because they cut out too much stuff.
Well, what are some things they cut out?
Well, the screen for one. Instead of the smooth curve around the side for the Note 20 Ultra, the Note 20, just the standard, is just a flat screen.
So no curves.
No curve. And the camera bump at the top is also bigger than the one in the Note 20 Ultra. And at 6.7 inches.
And I guess the Ultra has that humongous 108 megapixel, right?
They both do.
Oh, they both do.
Which one? What's the other one that has it?
The Note 20.
Oh.
The two phones, Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra.
Oh, yes. Yep. Note 20. That's the Note 20.
Both of them have exactly the same processor?
Yes.
Okay.
But the processor would differ depending on market. So in some countries, they would get the Snapdragon 865 Plus.
Yeah.
Which is practically the same as in the ROG Phone 3.
Yeah.
But in some countries, it will use Samsung's own developed processor, the Exynos 9 Octa. 990 it would be.
Okay.
I think it would be.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. So it's not the same processor depending on
region.
Right.
Annoyingly. Most people would prefer the Snapdragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, the main difference which I found with previously when I did use Samsung devices before is I wanted to have the Snapdragon version more. Mainly because it ran a lot more applications smoothly.
Yeah.
But what Samsung is able to do with their own processor is the apps that they own, or Microsoft apps, which they're partnered with now, run smoothly on that processor, but all the other apps don't tend to run as smoothly as I wanted to.
You mean on the XI no, processor?
Exynos or whatever they want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
I don't think I pronounced it correctly at all.
Yeah.
But just say Samsung's own processor.
Yeah. So it works well on apps, but other apps don't work as well.
Yep. But effectively, Samsung does create the screens for almost a majority of other phone companies.
Yeah.
Oh. Snapdragon is Samsung's, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just the operating system.
No, the processor.
That's the processor.
Oh, the processor. Which company runs own Snapdragon?
Qualcomm.
Oh, Qualcomm.
Qualcomm, yeah.
Qualcomm, yeah. It's listed. It's on Nasdaq, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same one that ROG uses, yeah.
Correct.
As well as the Pixel 4 that we just talked about.
A lot of them use Snapdragon nowadays.
Yep, a majority of them do.
What about Apple? No, they iOS, is it?
They use their own processor.
Oh, yeah. Do they have a name for it? Oh.
The 813. Or 813 Bionic.
Oh. They have their own, yeah.
Yep. They do.
You know the older phones, like, let's say Samsung Galaxy S4, for example. Did it use Qualcomm processor as well?
It does. It did.
Oh, it did. Okay. But
They had two versions as well. One with these Samsung's own, and one which was Snapdragon.
Oh, they had their own at one stage, Samsung.
Yeah, they've always had their own.
Okay.
But to get into other markets, they did have to transfer over some power to get more processors, so they had to partner with Qualcomm.
They had an agreement with Qualcomm, yeah. I think it works out better for them.
Yep, so they get to more markets quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And almost same-day release.
Yeah.
So all around the world, it's going to be the same exact release date. For phones like the ROG Phone 3, it's already released in China. It's not released in the US yet.
Yeah.
But the US is going to get it earlier than Australia.
ROG 3 phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So they cannot have the same reach as quickly.
Yeah.
Well, when Samsung could just release this one phone or this multiple amount of phones, effectively 4 phones in one go. Because the Notes, there are 2 Notes, and they both have a 4G and a 5G variation. which I find annoying. Just have one version.
Yeah.
If they have a Note, I would just prefer just to have 5G now. And the Note 20 Ultra to also have 5G. So it's only 2 devices instead of 4.
Yeah, 2 variants.
Yeah. 2 phones, 2 variants. So yeah, 4. Ridiculous.
2 variants.
But yes, it does have a 120 Hz screen there, at least.
Yeah. What about can we have is there a micro SD card slot to expand storage? Do you want
this one, at least, yes, it still does.
External storage.
Yeah.
For both the Ultra and
both.
Both.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I remember, just now with the Pixel 4a, right, it doesn't have any. I don't think any Pixel phone has micro SD.
No. A lot of phones don't have expandable storage. Samsung did once take out expandable storage, but then they added it back in for the next version. That was their mistake with the Galaxy S6.
Right. So they took it out.
Yeah, they took it out with the 6. Everyone got annoyed. Probably the worst phone ever. They returned it back in the Galaxy S7.
All right. In terms of I don't think we talked about the price yet, right? Like how much would something like this go for?
The price?
Yeah.
If you're looking at just the 4G variations, in Australia, it will start at $14.99.
Oh, wow.
$14.99 Australian, wow.
And this is the Ultra or not the Ultra?
Not the Ultra.
Not the Ultra.
The Ultra would start at $1849.
Wow. Yeah.
But 2 different storage options as well, a 256 gig version and a 512 gig version.
Right. So the prices you gave were for the 256, I guess?
For the 256, yes.
Yeah.
But if you add the 5G, it's more expensive.
Right. Well, there's a lot of variants, including storage,
Exactly.
5G, 4G. Yep.
That's why I actually like the Pixel. They only had one storage option.
Yeah, I know. Like, so easy to decide.
And only one color.
Yep.
So in 5G, it would start at 1649.
Yeah.
But the Note 20 could only have the 256 gig version. And the Note 20 Ultra would start at 1999.
Yeah.
$2,000 Australian.
For
the 256 gig version.
256. So 512 would be what? 2,400.
Would be 220. 2,200.
2,200. All right.
Wow.
But still, it's still cheaper than Apple's phone.
How much is an Apple phone?
Well, if you're looking at the Apple iPhone 11 Pro,
it's coming out soon. Yeah.
No, it's not. It is out.
Oh. Yeah.
The 11 Pro, and it's only 4G. They have no 5G version.
Oh.
If you're looking at the same storage option, 2,500.
Okay.
And that's not even 5G.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Apple, right?
Yeah. But what I did look at the prices though is for the price difference between the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra, I cannot recommend the Note 20 too much because of everything they cut out from the Note 20 Ultra. They would just completely disregard that phone.
I guess it's like a price difference of what, 400, 400?
The price difference of $350.
Yeah, so I guess you're saying is 350.
They undercut too much.
Undercut too much for 250. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yep. But
Wow.
Samsung, they have an exclusive new color, and it looks good.
It's a good color.
Is that in the video that we saw?
Yeah.
Color?
Their Mystic Bronze color. Their exclusive color.
It's a bit like Samsung Galaxy S7. No, S.
Well, it's a new color,
Six.
so it wouldn't have been seen in the past.
No, it has not been seen before.
Wow, it's got its own.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though.
So, yep, this would be Samsung's newest phone, the Note series this year.
Yes.
Before the new Note series next year, but before that, we'll be seeing the new S series in early.
S series.
Yeah. The Samsung S series will be announced, the newest one, most likely still near the end of February, with a release in March.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
buds look good too. The buds.
Yeah, the buds. I was gonna talk about the buds.
It's like
The buds.
It's like a jelly
Galaxy
bean.
buds.
It's like a jelly bean.
You can say that, yes, but it does look a lot better than apples.
Apple's like sticking, like
Yeah.
That's pretty innovative. Yeah, they think of a new design.
But
rather
I did like the design though, because it actually
Yeah.
tucks really neatly in your ear. Like your ear canal is just the exact
Exactly.
shape.
So, but when you can still talk in it, right?
Yes.
Somehow. Okay, that's pretty good. You pick up the sound from the.
Oh yeah. And for those who want to purchase it,
Yeah.
only for the Ultra though, you get the Galaxy Buds Live as a bonus.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So it comes with the Ultra, the buds.
Yep.
So
But if you get the Note 20,
it doesn't come.
it does have a bonus as well, but it's the Buds Plus, not the Buds Live.
What's the difference between Live and Plus?
Yeah.
Well, there is a bit of a difference, but it's still another look at how Samsung sort of keeps on pushing down the Note. So they prefer you to get the Ultra instead of the Note 20.
Yeah.
But the Buds Plus is still good as well, but it doesn't have this clear design.
Oh, it's the see-through design.
Oh, okay. Just a design difference, is it?
Yeah, it's a big design difference.
Aesthetics. Okay.
But the Buds Plus has been around for a while already, so they just say.
Man, they look
Note series could just have that one, Note 20. Note 20 Plus, Note 20 Ultra can have the newest earbuds for free.
Could easily drop though.
Well, yes, a lot of these buds you could easily misplace.
Just the way it is. And
Yeah, so I guess this would, I guess you would consider this to be high-end, right? High-end phone.
Yep, a high-end phone, probably not for a lot of people.
Yeah. Not like the Pixel 4, which was mid-range.
Yeah. I could easily recommend a lot more mid-range phones than I could recommend high-end flagships.
Right.
Flagships devices, I find it really hard to recommend now. So it's
To
at
justify
your own
you mean to
discretion.
justify the price you pay. Is it?
Exactly. And I cannot justify that price. And I have a gaming phone, which
Well,
is
it's not
still
the ROG.
cheaper than a Galaxy. It's still cheaper than the Galaxy devices.
Yeah, you're talking about the ROG, isn't it? The
Yes.
ROG. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ROG. ROG is Asus, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
so-
still cheaper than these devices.
Yeah, well, these are flagship phones.
Yeah, these are not cheap phones. The Note 20 Ultra is just complete high-end flagships. They're selling you an ecosystem. So
Yes.
once you're in it, it's really hard to get out.
Oh yeah, that's true. But the thing
Same
is-
as Apple's one. They sold you the ecosystem. So once you get into Apple, you'll be getting a lot of Apple.
But it's not Samsung's highest end product, right?
It is.
Oh, it is the Note. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time they release a new flagship, meaning S series or Note series, it's going to be their best one.
Oh, that's the top of the brand, top of the pile. Yeah.
Top of the pile.
Wow.
I think we do have
One more.
time for one more Samsung one,
Have a look at it.
which is
Yep.
what is it? The Fold, right? The Fold?
The Z Fold 2.
Z Fold 2 or the Fold 3.
Should we have a look at it?
Yep, let's have a look at that.
All right, let's play the video. Wow. That looks pretty good.
Yep. So we don't know all the details of the Note, of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 yet.
Yeah.
But we have some sort of an idea,
Mhm.
and it's going to be quite similar to the Note 20 series.
Okay.
And the design is clearly just like the Note 20s,
Yeah. Except
including
it's
the camera at the back.
Except that it folds, as Jeff says, right?
But the front screen
it's
of that
combined.
one
Yeah.
is a full front screen at the front.
Yeah. It's like two screens joined together, and then it acts as one, so to speak.
Now, it's one screen on the outside and one big screen on the inside. The screen actually folds.
Oh.
Hence the name.
Oh.
Flexible glass.
Flexible glass.
Oh, the outside, sorry.
Yes.
Outside and the inside.
Yep.
Not both inside. Yeah, I know what you mean, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
But
interesting.
yeah, the design looks really good. But
Yeah.
we definitely do not know the price of that yet.
What is it?
But if it's any indication, the Galaxy Fold, the original one, started at like $1,999
Yeah, wow.
USD.
US dollar, wow.
USD, so it's like 3,000 Australian.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Wow.
Like when it released here in Australia, like I think JB Hi-Fi had it for $26.99.
Okay.
It's crazy.
And yeah, it didn't have a screen like that. They took elements of both their previous generation foldable phones. The Galaxy Fold, which did have a good front screen. It was like a really tiny front screen, which was like almost unusable.
Yeah.
But you'd rather just open it up to just use the whole screen. But yeah, the original Fold had problems. That was easily scratched. Because it was more of a plastic than glass.
Oh, yeah. I see.
And the other generation, the Galaxy Z Flip, was more of just a clamshell flip phone style. That was the second generation, the standard flip phone. So it actually looked just like a standard phone open. But yeah, that still had problems. It was their first foray into foldable glass as well. But that was still easily scratched. So we're just hoping that this one, they actually have changed the design.
Yeah.
And if they have changed the glass as well. So when it's folded, and if you use the screen, you're not risking scratching it. Because the original Fold and the Z Flip, if you have a sharp fingernail, like it will already scratch. You don't need something like so thick to scratch it. Just your fingernail can already scratch it. So that was just not great. So maybe they'll fix it with this one. In my opinion, maybe not the best design for foldable phones.
Yeah.
Because you had kind of too many cameras.
Oh yeah.
Too many sets of cameras.
3. Maybe you don't need 3 if it's foldable.
Yeah. But then you'd have to find a design which can utilize less sets of cameras for a foldable phone.
Yeah.
Like Huawei did one as well.
Oh, Huawei phones, yeah.
Yeah.
That
was a foldable phone, yeah.
Foldable
but it was an outside fold. That design I kind of preferred a bit more.
Right.
Because it only used one set of cameras.
Yeah.
And you're not using one screen at any time. You're using at least part of the screen or the full screen at one time.
All right.
But if you're opening the Galaxy Z Fold 2, you're not using the outside screen, so it's a bit of a waste.
Oh yeah, you're only using half of one of the inside ones, yeah.
Yep, and then you're using the camera on the inside of the phone.
Oh yeah.
Which is this one, and then there's one on the outside of the phone as well, and one on the back of the phone, which is the 3. So it's like 3 different sets of cameras. It's a bit much.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'm probably not the only one who thinks that.
Oh, okay, that looks good.
And plus, if they have to add too many cameras, it adds to the thickness. So, do you have more modules, more components?
2 on the inside, 2 on the outside.
1 on the outside, 1 on the inside, 3 on the back.
Nice.
So this would be, I guess you would consider this to be a high-end phone as well, isn't it?
Yep. A bit too high-end.
Too high-end.
But it's good for innovation.
Yeah.
These ones would kind of push the boundaries in innovation.
Yeah, I mean, foldable phones.
But it's a good start. Like, once one company gets into it, other companies will follow suit.
Yeah, you mentioned Huawei has a foldable one.
A lot of other phone companies had it as well, but Huawei's one just popped into my mind first thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we have no idea when it's gonna release, right? Or...
We do not know the release yet, and the Z Fold 2 does have their own official announcement separate from the Notes. And that will be coming in September.
Alright, so the video we just saw wasn't really any kind of announcement.
Yep, it's sort of their early preview. That's why we don't know too much about it yet. This was shown off at their event.
Right, in September.
But yeah, it's just like their one more thing sort of thing. Because all the big tech companies always have one more thing right at the end.
Yeah. One more thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess we can't really say much about it yet then, right? So we can
just simple initial impressions, and we've already went through that.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that's not too bad. We've covered 3, I guess, big phone announcements. The Google Pixel 4a, the Samsung Note 20 Ultra ecosystem, and as a bonus, we looked a bit at the Galaxy Z Fold 2. And of the 3, maybe we can wrap it up by asking you, of the 3, which one would you recommend?
Easily the 4A. Just easily the 4A.
Just for it's so like the price-wise and what you get for the price. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, because the 4A is like telling mid-range companies, hey, we're here now. And we have it at this price. It's going to scale a lot of the mid-ranges to get better quality devices at that price point.
Although, I mean, obviously, with Google Pixel 5, it's just around the corner, right? So, yeah.
Yep, and at least maybe as a bonus, we could say that from what we hear so far with the Pixel 5, it's also going to be mid-range. So it is not likely to have the highest end processor out there. So it seems like from what we see so far, Google has sort of shifted their priorities, at least.
To me,
Maybe they would have better designs. The 4A is probably the best designs out there. But the Pixel 5, from what we hear so far, is that it's going to be a mid-range device. And most likely will have the Snapdragon 765G processor in it.
Snapdragon.
and hopefully, maybe what we said earlier on, like imagine what Google could do with a higher megapixel camera than 12 megapixels.
Yep, we will see with that. And as a bonus, well, the 765 was also used in the OnePlus Nord, so that is probably where you would have heard of it before.
Yep.
So mid-range.
Yeah, mid-range. So there won't be like Google Pixel 5a or something like that. It'll just be a Pixel
Probably.
5.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the announcement is. Because everything that we hear right now is rumor. Until their announcement, which is still rumored, October the 8th.
October. Yep.
October the 8th is what we hear so far. Rumored announcement.
Which is also the date that Google Pixel 4a 5G variant comes out.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, all right then. There you have it. 3 phones, and the verdict is Google Pixel 4a.
Yep.
So so do let us know what your thoughts are about what we've just said. Make sure that you also like and subscribe. So
like and subscribe to all of our channels, Marcus's, mine, and Jeff's.
Yep. And we shall see you very soon for another tech discussion video.
Yep.
Yep.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.